Good morning, good people. Good morning, good people. Peace, peace. Another day in the land of the living. We should be glad and rejoice in it. Um, Hope you guys were able to get your morning meditation in, uh, get out into the atmosphere and take deep breaths. Concentrate on your breath. If you can, take your shoes off. Put your bare feet in the soil. Rub your fingers through the grass. Feel the morning dew. And just be still. And don't try to erase your thoughts, because that's not what meditation is about. But just try to put positive thoughts in your mind. And try to focus and concentrate on those positive thoughts. This is a great day. I will be the best me today. I will achieve today. My circumstances will change today. I am blessed because I am here today. I am loved because I am here today. Just repeat those things over and over and over to yourself. And continue to do that throughout the day. When circumstances and situations start to come against those things, you continue to reiterate that in your day. All right, now that we are headed toward our center, I wanted to talk to you today because, like I said, I think that everything is imperative now. We are, as a humankind, beginning to be more hateful and more violent as ever. And due to that particular nature, we are facing our own annihilation. And let me tell you something. Contrary to popular belief, white people aren't so ecstatic about what their own are doing as well as others, okay? There are a lot of white people who have fought against several different egregious acts from their own kind throughout history, and they will continue to do so. A lot of white people don't like to be forced to be in the positions that they are in based on society, because it has isolated them. They cannot formulate relationships in the fashion that they would like, with whom they would like, because of some social ideologies that have been forced upon them, and they suffer from a lot of stuff from that also. So whatever remedy that needs to happen for the world to change is a remedy for all of us. It's not a remedy for one particular person. I will say this, and I will say this boldly. I do not believe, I will say this again, I do not believe that the creator or God or whoever you want to call it, or the universe, just wants to switch drivers. Okay? I don't believe that the universe just wants us to switch drivers. I believe that we are called upon to change directions. Now, the driver does need to change in order to change the direction. But I don't think ultimately that we are just meant to just change the driver while heading down the same direction. I believe that mankind's situation is conducive to not only changing the driver, but also changing the direction. And I believe that simultaneously in changing that driver, that the direction will also change. So it's a twofold thing. And I wanted to make that clear because I want to understand that the medicine that has to come down for all of us has to happen on an individual basis. Each person, no matter where you are in life, has to look deep down inside himself, herself, and begin to understand the full nature of the bodysuit that they're in. And the quicker we can learn how to operate the spacesuit, the easier the mission will be. And the more enjoyability you can get out of the mission. And so that's imperative that we begin to start now peeling back the onion on the human biological species, the male and female species, my natural basic instincts. We need to revisit those things to understand that the mind, the body, the spirit, the soul, the energy, the cosmos, all living things are so conducive to one another. And they can easily be manipulated based on the environment, with temperature and all of these other different climate changes that also are conducive to why we react, what is going on with the cosmos, the high tides, the shifting in the earth and the moon and the sun are all conducive to our acts. And we need to revisit our mind and our brain and our bodies to understand how they operate, so that we can find what is naturally there and we can sustain its natural capabilities instead of replacing those things with synthetic. We need to revisit these things and re-educate ourselves so that we can understand the true roles and responsibilities of life itself and answer the question, what is life? This is not only the question for a poor man, it's the question for a rich man. Not just the question for a dog man, this is also the question for a light man. What is life? We tend to adapt to our environments. One who comes up on a farm tends to be a farmer. One up who comes in an industrialized civilization tends to have an outlook that will impact the industrial civilization. So we understand where we are. But how did we get here? And what does it take to move forward is the questions. And the more we can continue to practice methods that keeps us centered on the individual basis, when I know that you are centering yourself, that you are doing the best you can to be the best you can, that is when society has become more safer, more peaceful, more nonviolent, when the human himself has dealt with himself on all of his actions and issues and his mentality and the way that he feels. And this will all come about when one can reevaluate himself, re-evaluate himself, revalue, give yourself more value than what you begin to give yourself. Do not allow the circumstances or situation to dictate how you value you being a part of the system of life. Jealousy and envy has become such a big part in why we, quote unquote, hate or have hatred toward one another. Because of the unfairness of what we believe life brings. But do not see life in fair and unfair. Because truly life is all fair if we all have a chance to experience the beauty of this world. But we're so busy looking down and looking at one another that we don't look up in wonderment and stay in blissfulness and stay in awe. Stay in position to know that we have everything we need. Stay in humility and contentment. But because we see more, we want more. And although we don't have what it takes to get what is desired, we now formulate hatred toward our brothers and sisters. And this is an eternal issue that needs to be challenged. But it only can be challenged when humanity is willing to face itself. Are you willing to face yourself? Are you willing to speak to that small voice in your head and your mind that is telling you all the right and wrong things to do? Are you willing to tell that thing, shut up, and let me take back control? Are you willing to do right by your fellow human, no matter who and what and where they are? See, that is the real challenge. Are you willing to do right because it's just the right thing to do? Are you willing to love because it's just who you are? Well, that system is called reciprocity. And although a reciprocal system is needed in some areas, maybe we should just do away with the thing altogether and learn how to do things with no expectations, with no desired result or agenda. Just because you are here, you are of importance to me. Come on, man. We got to get this right, people. We got to get this right. And I speak in a first person because I'm right there with you. I am not only a spokesperson, I'm also, I'm in the thick of it. I'm trying. I'm fighting. And as I yet fight, I share the secrets to overcoming. I share the weaponry. I share the art to continue to understand that I am fighting visually. I'm showing you my fight to be better and to do better, and my duty toward you as a male and female species. And I'm not saying that it's got to be, posted live or this, that, and the third, but I'm just saying that this is what we have to do per individual, per person. Find our center. Find that positive thing that we can give back to the universe in appreciation for being here, that we can give toward one another, that we can add to the land of humanity. This is our final challenge. It is you. It is yourself. Peace, family. Have a blessed day. King. Follow me on Sir Render. Subscribe. King Render Facebook. I love y'all. Always.